I never told them my birthday. So how did they know? The Red Sea birthday I never planned, a liveaboard story from Hurghada. Today I want to tell you a true story from the Red Sea, from a 10-day liveaboard I did out of Hurghada, Egypt. I went on that trip for diving. I didn't go to a party. I didn't tell anyone it was my birthday. But one night, the Egyptian crew came out smiling. With a cake. With my name on it. So the question is, if I never told anyone my birthday, how did they know? This is the story. Why I chose the Red Sea. I love the Red Sea. The water is clear. The wrecks are famous. The dive culture is strong. And Egypt always gives you more than you expect. At that time, I wanted a trip that was only diving. No taxis, no hotel changes, no maybe we dive tomorrow. So I booked a liveaboard from Hurghada. 10 days at sea. The northern part of the Red Sea. Egyptian crew. Divers from different countries. I thought it was going to be a normal dive trip. I didn't know it was going to turn into a story. Arriving on the liveaboard. When I got to the boat, the mood was already good. The Egyptian crew greeted me right away. Welcome, my friend. Tea? Coffee? Where are you from? They took my bag. They showed me my cabin. They were smiling the whole time. And, as on every boat, they took my passport information, name, nationality. And, of course, date of birth. I didn't even think about that part. But they did. The divers from everywhere. There were about 14 divers on the boat. People from Austria, the UK, Germany. And me. I was traveling alone, but on a dive boat, you are never alone for long. Divers talk easily. I shared a cabin with a German guy, quiet, easy to live with. But the person I connected with the most was a diver from Austria. He was very experienced. Very calm. And he became my night dive buddy. We talked a lot between dives. We laughed. We shared stories. This was a good group. Life on a liveaboard. If you've never done a liveaboard, let me tell you what it's like. You wake up on the boat. You eat on the boat. You dive from the boat. You rest on the boat. You make friends on the boat. You do a morning dive. You come back and eat. You do another dive. Sometimes an afternoon dive. Sometimes a night dive. In between dives, you sit on the couch, you drink tea, you tell stories, you look at the sea. And the Egyptian crew, they are watching. Not in a bad way. In a caring way. They see, who is tired, who eats a lot, who is nervous, who is quiet, and whose birthday is coming. I didn't realize they were paying attention to me. Scene 5, the wreck dives. One of the reasons I chose the northern Red Sea was the wrecks. Big ships. Old stories. Sunken metal full of history. When you descend and you see the shape of a ship appear in the blue water. It's magic. Inside the wrecks, it's quiet. You hear only your breathing. Your light is moving over old walls, over fish, over rust. Every dive made me calmer. Every dive made me happier. I took this trip. And every time I came back to the boat, the crew smiled like, good dive? They were building a connection. Scene 6, the Austrian night dive buddy. At night, I dived with the Austrian gentleman. Night dives are different. It's dark. You trust your light. You trust your buddy. He was experienced, so I felt safe with him. We came back from those dives excited, talking about what we saw. And I think the crew noticed, this guest is quiet. But he loves being here. That's important for what happened later. Scene 7, the secret on the boat. Now here is the important part. I never tell people my birthday. It's not because I'm sad about getting older. It's not because I hate birthdays. It's just not my style to say, hey everybody, today is my day. So on this trip, I didn't tell any of the divers. I didn't tell the Austrian guy. I didn't tell my German roommate. But, remember the passport? The crew had my date of birth. And someone on that boat looked at it and said, guys, today is Eric's birthday. They could have ignored it. But they didn't. I didn't tell anyone. So how did they know? Scene 8, dinner that night. That evening was normal. We had dinner. Everyone was relaxed. People were talking about the dives. Some were on their phones. Some were joking with the crew. I had no idea anything was happening. Then I saw the chef. He came out of the kitchen. With a big smile. The kind of smile that says, we did something. Behind him, a cake. Scene 9, the surprise cake. He walked toward me. The crew started singing. Then the divers started singing too. Happy birthday. On a boat. In the Red Sea. With people from Austria, the UK, Germany, and Egypt. And the cake? It had my name on it. ERIC. Just like in the photo. One of the guys was even pointing at me like, this is the birthday guy. I was shocked. Because I didn't ask for it. But I have to be honest with you. I really enjoyed it. It felt good to be celebrated, even when I didn't plan to be. Scene 10, what IT taught me. That moment taught me something. Sometimes we say, I don't need a birthday. I don't need attention. I don't need people to sing. But when people celebrate you from the heart, it feels different. The Egyptian crew didn't do it for money. They did it because they saw it was my day. And they wanted to make it special. That's why I love traveling in this part of the world. People are generous with happiness. I went on that trip for the wrecks. But what I remember most is the cake. I went diving. But I left with a story about kindness. Thank you for listening to my story. If you are learning English through stories, this is a good one to practice. You can repeat these phrases. I went on a liveaboard. I didn't tell anyone. They surprised me. It really made me happy. I will never forget that moment. You can write in the comments, has anyone ever surprised you on your birthday? Tell me your story. I like reading them. Call to action if you like real stories from real life, from Egypt, from travel, from diving, from teaching. Subscribe to the channel. I upload stories you can listen to, relax to, and learn English from. Like the video, subscribe, share it with another diver or traveler, and watch the next story after this one. See you on the next dive.